Welcome back to the Headbangers Ball. Joining us, kicking it on Old Jennifer, is Buck Murphy and Todd Rigione of the band Liquid Jesus. Did I pronounce your name?
Rigione.
Rigione.
Buck got it right.
But that's Todd, and this is Buck from Liquid Jesus. Buck, I've seen you thousands of times in the club, just hanging around, and then I saw your video on the Headbangers Ball and didn't realize. I mean, you've got a great voice.
Thanks.
And to honestly, your voice reminds me of somebody that was a 70s artist, but I can't remember. I mean, do you have a lot of vocal, like maybe do you have a little bit of Joplin, or where do your influences come as a singer?
I don't really have any influences that people that I try to sound like or anything. I was into the punk thing in the, early 80s, and
Elton John, everything.
I like a lot of different singers. I love Billie Holiday, Sinatra, all that. I think I sound a lot like Cher myself, but
Cher, because it kind of got this I Got You Babe thing going, I think.
Well,
also, you speaking of different types of music that you listen to, you have some pretty interesting people that you collaborate with. For instance, Bruce Hornsby, for Bruce Hornsby and the Range.
Right.
I mean, which isn't necessarily the type of artist I think we've ever mentioned on the Headbangers Ball, but you worked with him on your new album. Well, how did that come about? Actually,
we just invited Bruce down because we had a few parts that we could use, just touches, a little piano, maybe a little B3 or something like that. And we invited him down, he came down and played, and it's just really small parts that just kind of enhance a little colorization to the music, so to speak. Keeps the music moving. And he had a blast. All I can say is that, basically when he came down, he says it was so nice to come down and just play some parts instead of somebody say, hey, come play on my hit, Bruce Hornsby, come play with Liquid Jesus, so to speak. It was so nice for him just to be able to jam, and he felt really good, and we felt good about it. And it was nice. It was a good collaboration.
Well, a little bit later, when we come back, we're going to be playing the video from the video for Where Have You Been, and we're going to talk to these guys, so stick around as the Headbangers Ball continues. Welcome back to the Headbangers Ball. Now, we've got Buck and Todd from the band Liquid Jesus, and your video is also part of the Frantic Fringe. If you guys don't know what the Frantic Fringe is, it's when we play a couple videos from bands that are definitely rock and roll, but it's kind of hard to put them in a category like of metal or whatever. I mean, is there any kind of category you would put yourself into?
Groove object is the category.
See, that was the word we were going to use.
Yeah, we're the mellifluous band, Liquid Jesus.
Now, could you also explain that thing you're holding?
The staff.
Yes.
The staff is a shaman stick, and Cool Mild's brother had this blessed for us.
Who?
Cool Mild's brother.
Uh-huh.
And for those familiar with our XXX record, the live record, it opens up with Cool Mild's brother. So this was a gift from him.
Okay.
From
good luck or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're about to play your video. Is there anything you can tell us about the way they filmed this video? I mean, there's kind of weird colors and it's kind of a hippie vibe going on or something.
The vibe was supposed to be so that you felt like you were looking and you were constantly trying to view into, like, have you ever been to a big aquarium? Like Seattle has an aquarium that you go into and you go check it out and you're constantly peering through the little portholes and everything, and the video kind of has that vibe where you're
like
searching
and we're looking out,
lurking and
that kind of thing.
Moving waves.
See a lot of fluidity.
Liquidy.
Sort of thing.
Okay. Well, we'll check it out. Here is Liquid Jesus with Where Have You Been, leading off the Frantic Fringe. That video you just saw was Liquid Jesus, and this over here is Buck and Todd from the band Liquid Jesus. Did you like it? I liked it. I hope you liked it too. Now, you guys have got a new record out, correct?
Yes, Pour in the Sky.
What's it called? Pour in the Sky?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned a little bit earlier, Todd, that you've got a video record, an older live record. How many records do you guys have out?
2.
This is the second one.
But this is the first, like, real studio
major debut,
record.
Yeah.
Was it a hard transition for you to go from, let's say, playing in the clubs to recording in the studio, doing a record?
It wasn't hard for us at all, because for one, Todd owns a 16-track studio that we, can record at any time we come up with something. So we're pretty versed with.
Now, I also read somewhere, that you, Buck, got the job in the band, that they were playing at one time, and you just kind of jumped on stage and started singing with them. Is that true?
We were playing at Al's Bar with Pygmy Love Circus. It was our first big gig. The Pigs gave us our little break there, and Buck was standing there, kind of like, hey, dude, let me sing the last song. And I looked back at the band, and he jumped up on the stage, and it was basically like an encore without ever going off for it, because he, took it to that next step. The crowd was bouncing back and forth, and we walked off like, Jesus, who is this guy?
I'd stolen a tape from his road bag at a show previously, and learned a couple songs, and they announced one of them, and I said, I know this one, so I'm going to go for it.
Very cool.
Actually, he had, just so it doesn't sound like a made-up story, he had auditioned for us once before, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of...
Sometimes things work better live, I guess.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he just came up and said, hey, he wanted to do this song, and it happened, and, you know, God bless it happened, yes.
Now, what about shows? Are we going to get an opportunity to see Liquid Jesus live?
Hopefully.
I think Europe will see us next.
Coming to a town near you.
Yeah. So everybody just go buy your tickets now, go to Europe, you can see Liquid Jesus, but hopefully they'll be in a town near you soon.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot for stopping by. Oh, really? Who were you out with?
We did a club co-headlining
tour with I Love You.
Tour with I Love You.
And it went pretty good?
Yeah,
it went really well. Yeah.
Well, good luck with the new record, and I'm sure we'll be seeing the video a lot more on Headbangers Ball. And right now, to end or put into the Frantic Fringe, here's a video from a bunch of really cool guys. They were here on the Headbangers Ball about 2 months ago, and I like them a lot. They're called Mind Funk, and the song is called Sister Blue.